Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. The face you've been waiting on, the source, the king, the one who gets it done. Mr. Intel is back once again. Had to take a little time off, had to take care of some business, but it's all good. The great return is here. We're back again, and you are here also. You are on the #1 live MMA commentary channel on YouTube, and if you haven't yet, throw a like on the video because that helps us out, boosts us up, and moves us forward in a good way. Oh, a lot's happened since we've been on this podcast and talked a little bit. We had news that Connor and Michael were finally happening, and we were going to get that press conference. And then we also had news that that is no longer happening now. And I hear it right now. I hear it perfectly loud and clear. All the Connor haters, everybody talking trash, all the yap, talking about him posted up in the club and all this stuff. I don't want to hear it. We did the same thing with Ryan Garcia. Y'all talked trash on Ryan Garcia for a whole month, and look what happened. He beat up Pillow Hands. Now I'm telling y'all right now, I've been said this, I'll say it again. Connor's gonna handle Michael Chandler. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna happen. The fight will eventually happen. Okay, it will. But with that being said, at least we get to see Yuri get beat up again. Huh? At least we get to see the king, Alex, the face of the UFC, strike his reign once again. Reign on the parade of Yuri. But with that being said, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on this. I'm disgusted right now. I'm pissed off. It wasn't long enough. The time was too short. I don't want to watch another Israel Adesanya fight again. How many times do I have to say it? And then he's coming in and he's getting a title shot immediately off Dricus. Druscus. However you say his name. Now I gotta watch him come back in here again and fight DDP. Seriously? I mean, we already seen it one time, okay? We just seen it recently. We saw Dustin Poirier get a title fight he did not deserve. I get it. The title shot was offered elsewhere. They declined it. It is what it is. It trickles its way all the way down in Dustin's hands, which he folded, might I add. I never got to say that. He did fold, like I said. Miller looked like a clown on here once again. I guess that's why you've heard very little from him. And he folded. But here we go with Izzy. Izzy stepping up again, getting a title shot when he doesn't even deserve it. And he's going to go in there and get beat. We all know this. He's going to go in there. He's going to hype it up. He's going to have his same little fans come up behind him, get behind him, hype him up, get it going. And sure enough, Izzy's going to come in there, throw his little pillow hands and kicks that he barely does, and run around the octagon for 5 rounds while DDP chases him and tags him multiple times repeatedly until he's beat down. What are we doing? Why is Izzy coming back? Seriously, does anybody want that fight that much? Is anybody like, are we that desperate in the UFC right now? The UFC needs another star to step up. They have Alex. Okay, he's a star. He's the face of the UFC. They need another star to step up crucially. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? And I'll end on this because this is extremely wild what I'm about to say. But I'm ready for the partnership. I'm ready to see it happen. Let's just smoke them out the water like we know we will. I want to see Jake Paul in the UFC do something. I said it. I want to see Jake Paul in the UFC do something. I'm dead serious. They need a spark.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. We have Trey Melton, who's been out for 2 weeks. I mean, who takes more vacations than Trey Melton, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. Let me say 2 things. #1, Mavs in 7. All right, there's still hope. They're down 3-1. They blew them out. I didn't even notice the shirt. They're going to win tonight. in Boston. If they don't, I'm down bad. Can you believe I put 50 on the Mavs? So
Well, down
so
and 50's got you down bad. You might
so
not. You might
so
need to cash that out right now.
so no, it's against Hollywood Heathos, sadly. So yeah,
Oh,
I
what a
might pull
bum.
I might pull a tray. I might pull a tray and not pay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I
I've
might
never
pull a
done
tray.
that.
But
I've never done that.
that's number one. Number two, and maybe more importantly, let's lock in a little bit on this Adesanya versus Dricus. Adesanya is coming off a loss. He's been removed for quite some time, so I thought, okay, he's gonna take some time, but when he comes back, certainly he's not gonna fight for the title. It'll probably be a big money fight, maybe a Hamza Shemaev. I don't know, a big fight. This man is coming back for the title. With all that being said, as much as I would like to hate this fight, Trey, as much as I would like to, it's the fight to make.
Is it though?
It's the fight to make.
Is it? Nobody wants to watch Izzy fight. We know what it's the same boring story over and over and over again. Now, I will say this, Miller. I will say this. There is a positive in this, okay? And it works out for you too. Izzy coming back to fight in the UFC now makes Leon the second most boring fighter in the UFC. So that's good for you. So congrats on that. But what are we doing? Seriously. We just throwing. I mean, I maybe they sell tickets. I don't know. What is it? What is Izzy's pool in Africa? I don't know. I have no idea. He claims it. I know that, but he also claims a few other places. So what are we doing here?
He also claims a few other countries. Let me ask you one question. And I think this is why I come to my conclusion that this is a fight to make. As much as I hate it, I don't want to see Adesanya being a champ again. I'm not even a fan of his. He has weird habits with dogs. He's weird.
I'm done with the UFC if Izzy's champion again.
But let me ask you this, Trey. If not Israel Adesanya, simply who else? Because I can't think of anybody that fights for the title. Well, that was my first one. But then if he wins, what do you do? Like, I guess you do Sean Adesanya. That's fine. Besides maybe even Sean Strickland, that's another topic. We'll talk about Sean in a little bit. If not Sean, who else?
No.
There's no one out there. Let's just be honest.
That division is just sucks right now. It's boring. There's no star in that division. There wasn't with Izzy either. It was boring when he was the champion too. So please don't come in here saying that.
I could tell you who it could have been or should have been, would have been. Should have been Hamza.
It should have been, but
the man can't stay healthy, so it's not.
He's got some stuff going on.
Adesanya at least has been consistent. Maybe he's boring. It should have been Hamza Shemaev, but
you love that too.
Healthy.
Do you hear how you're saying that? How that's rolling off your? Look at the smile on it. This guy is disgusting. This makes me sick. You're happy Hamza is down bad. You're happy that he can't perform. You're happy that he can't go compete at the highest level because deep down inside, that he would dog anybody he stepped up against.
Oh no, it's not even that. It got too real for him. When you're nice at the YMCA in basketball, at LA Fitness, you're playing people smaller than you maybe. But when you enter the big leagues, it's a different thing. Hamzat was fighting like every other week when he was fighting like Li Jingliang or these relatively no names. I think the Robert Whittaker fight maybe scared him a little bit. I think I don't know, the upper echelon. Gilbert Burns was close. Kamaru Usman coming off the couch was close. Hamza is not who we thought he was. Maybe he got a little bit scared.
He won both those fights you just said. Saying he's scared of Robert Whittaker is absolutely hilarious. What is there to be scared of when it comes to Robert Whittaker? Can we stop hyping this dude up like he is some stud? Seriously.
I'll tell you. He's the first 185 pounder, the first real one that he's gonna fight. Is that fair? Because who else has he fought at 185? His dominance was at welterweight. Again, Hamza is not who we thought he was.
Miller, you act like he's not stronger than Robert Whittaker. You act like he's not bigger than Robert Whittaker. Like what do you mean? You act like that he's fighting some big scary beast that he's gonna have to go up against. Robert Whittaker is not that guy. He's not.
What makes him not that guy? That's a former champ. That's the one that has probably the closest fight against Adesanya besides Pereira beating him in Strickland. He is that guy. We have Hito on the line. Welcome to the stream, sir.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's cracking?
Not much. So Izzy and DDP is the right fight to make. I don't mind it just because let's retire Izzy. Why not DDP? Izzy loses to Sean Strickland and then DDP to end it off. It's great. You'll see him go down and he'll be salty the rest of his life.
There's nothing else to do at that division, and they have prior beef. It's a grudge match. Why not?
Are you excited for that pay-per-view? Is that a pay-per-view you're excited for? You're calling your boys about and saying, "Yo, we got to get together and watch this one." No,
it's personal though. I want to see Izzy get retired. I think that's the difference. It's personal for me.
Izzy wins that fight?
No, I don't think he wins that fight.
Heck no. And DDP is.
It's a winnable fight. I think we could say that.
Listen, is it crazy to say DDP is the worst champion in the UFC?
No, we honest. It's Leon.
You have Sean O'Malley, a champion.
Oh, stop.
So,
you need to stop. We're not doing this, Millie. You're going to stop disrespecting Sean O'Malley. You're talking about the best counter striker in the UFC, the best footwork in the UFC. If you're the best at something in the UFC, you're not one of the worst champions. I'm sorry. Next.
I mean, he won a debatable against Piotr Jan. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe him and and Dricus are pretty close for worst champions. I mean, I could tell you who the best champion is, but it's Leon Edwards. It's clear, but we won't even talk about that. But we won't even talk about going back to this fight. Dricus Adesanya. I don't think you guys could give me a better name that's available right now to fight for the title.
No, I think it's right. I don't like that it's in Australia. They should have did it in Africa. Oh man, how great would it have been in Africa? Because then DDP could be the real king of Africa. It's the best way to retire Izzy. A white man being the king of Africa, taking him out. Hilarious. It's hilarious. Too much?
It's funny. I'll say that it's funny. I mean, it'll be ironic.
Do South Africans call themselves white? Because Europeans don't claim white. You know what I'm saying? They claim European. So that's what I'm
they claim themselves African.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Elon Musk is from South Africa, right? Because the whitest guy on the planet.
That's what they say.
We got a couple comments, interesting ones. Whitaker forgotten about, but he got through Ikram. Plug says Hamzat smashed everyone. Whitaker does Hamzat. That's a great take. Izzy will be that one guy in the pub saying he beat Alex once. Hamzat should be fighting instead of Izzy off a loss. Izzy is coming off a loss. Is it favoritism for Israel Adesanya? Like, why do you think he got this fight? I say it's because no one else is available. Is there another reason that I'm missing?
Maybe it's no one else is available. It's a little bit favoritism. He was the champ for forever, so I guess I get it. And I mean, I don't know, bro. I just can't stand Izzy. I don't want to watch him fight again. He is the most boring fighter to watch.
So, do you think at least because Izzy's not gonna retire off the Strickland fight, right? So why not have DDP retire him? Because then once DDP beats him, there's nothing for us and. Like they're not going to give him another title.
So why is he going to retire after this one? Like, what is that going to do for him? You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to give him another title shot. So I don't care who he fights. He can be a gatekeeper. Just get beat up by the young guys.
This is the fight to make.
I think he fights Alex one more time.
You just have to go up and wait, buddy. That ain't going to bode well for him.
You're right. I mean, who would pick against Alex Pereira? Trey, you said one thing. You said that he's the most boring fighter in the UFC. Hito, do you know anybody else that's more boring than Adesanya? I got a couple ideas, but
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I already know what you're about to say.
No, I'm just figured I'd ask you. I think you. I don't know if you know where I'm going with this one, but any options out there?
It's an insult to me. I've had to guess.
Boring top fighters? No, not necessarily.
Oh, then it would be.
I'll give you a clue if you need one.
Somebody who does horrible skits.
Oh, I didn't even think about him. He's horrible. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I don't know how many followers right now, George.
And I just gotta say, like I've seen a few skits by accident, and it is awful. It is awful. It is so bad. That's the first video I've ever needed subtitles for the subtitles. It's that bad. It's awful.
You guys want to hear something crazy? I deleted Instagram and Twitter, but I still know he's at 831K followers.
That's sad.
I mean, he is up there.
That's sad.
He is up there. Who's more boring than Adesanya? Okay, Marab is an option. I got one.
Who's that?
Sean Strickland.
Leon.
Sean Strickland is worse than Sean Strickland.
That.
Sean Strickland versus Costa was abysmal. Can we be honest?
Okay, he has one boring fight, which Paulo Costa is known for having slow, boring fights like that.
Cannonier was another fight that was a little bit boring for Sean Strickland.
I don't know if I would say boring.
It was a little bit boring.
I wouldn't say boring.
The only one entertaining was the Adesanya fight. Wasn't even that entertaining as well either.
It wasn't Paul. What do you mean? He whooped Adesanya for 5 rounds. He was dogging him.
He hurt him in the first, and then that's about it.
Miller, he was dogging him for 5 rounds, walking him down for 5 rounds. That was bad. That was a bully beatdown.
The Hermanson fight was a little boring as well too. Split decision as well.
I think, I would say it teeters on the line of boring, but it's also interesting because it's like he's going to do it, and it just can't be stopped for some guys. Mm-hmm. So it is a little on the boring side. I agree with that. Same thing for
Adesanya. They're the same guy. Different color, same fighter. Boring. They're both extremely boring in the octagon. Very fundamental. Little jabs on the outside.
Miller. Rank them right now. Rank them right now. If you had to rank them right now, who's more boring, Izzy or Sean? Who?
I mean, in all fairness,
are you serious?
No, hear me out. Trust me, I don't like Izzy. But if you want to be in all fairness, he actually knocked out Alex Pereira. When did Sean knock somebody out recently?
We're talking about in the octagon. Outside the octagon, no question, Sean Strickland is more entertaining, less boring. We're talking about inside the octagon right now. Sean Strickland is one of the most boring fighters in the UFC.
That was Izzy's first knockout in how long? Like, please stop that. You give him one knockout, and you're talking about he's a more exciting fighter because he accidentally knocked out Alex. Like, that's hilarious.
He stopped Whitaker as well, too, which was an incredible knockout. He had a good fight against Kelvin Gastelum. He's had some fire fights. Not frequent enough. Even the Pereira fight was good when he got knocked out. It was still a back and forth fight.
His stinkers have been way, way, way worse than Sean's.
Have they been, though?
The Yoel Romero fight, are you serious?
That's the one. That's about it.
That's one of the worst fights in history.
That's fair, but it didn't happen frequently enough. Sean Strickland fights are boring. Imavov, Hermanson.
Where is he? What are you talking about?
Paulo Costa. I'm just saying it's close. You're making it seem like it's not close. It's close.
Bro,
the guy finished Costa,
Miller,
Whitaker,
one of the
Pereira.
One of the fights
finished.
One of the fights that you're talking about Sean being boring in is an Izzy fight. You understand that, right?
That's not really necessarily one of the ones I mentioned. Again, Costa.
You literally just said that. You just said it.
He finished Costa. He knocked out Pereira out cold. Come on, he knocked out Whitaker. When was Sean Strickland the last knockout? Last stoppage.
I'm not doing this. It doesn't matter. Miller, okay, knockout's cool, right? That's great. I'm talking about the whole fight. I'm talking about the whole entire fight. He is way more boring. But if he didn't have that knockout in any of those fights, the fight would have been awful.
But there's 3 of them.
It would have been awful.
The Pereira fight was good. Well, what are we talking about? That was a good fight.
Yeah,
the Kelvin Gastelum was a
because Pereira was
let me ask you this. When was Sean Strickland's last legendary fight? Because Adesanya has a few of those.
Probably isn't.
Stop it. Oh, my. This is bad.
He dogged the champion.
This is bad.
He dogged the champion. Everybody literally worshipped for 6 years. Everybody worshipped the ground this dude walked on, and he walked him down and dogged him. How's that not impressive?
No replay value. Nobody's going to watch that and saying, yeah, I'm going to go rewatch this. Nobody.
I'm not going to lie to you, Trey.
If you want to see a clinic.
I dislike Izzy.
Me too.
I can't side with you on this one.
It's a horrible take.
Yeah, it's a bad take.
Again, outside the octagon,
Outside the octagon, he's corny. Inside the octagon, he's corny. What
Let,
more could you ask for?
let's take it a step further. We talk about Adesanya getting undeserved shots. So did Sean Strickland.
What?
He's got under. He gets knocked out by Pereira, loses to Cannonier, gets a title shot. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I know this is coming out of nowhere and it hurts a little bit, Trey.
It's hurting Trey right now.
I know it hurts a little bit, Trey. And this is just me off top, like but just the more I think about it, Sean Strickland is one of the most undeserving too. I don't know who's more undeserving, Strickland or Adesanya.
Miller,
Maybe
I don't
Strickland.
care. I don't care because okay, let's say Sean Strickland had boring fights. Okay, maybe there's a few out there. I understand that. Even though he did walk some guys down and absolutely dogged them, he was doing that while he was not a champion, while he was on his way up the ranks to get the belt. Izzy was sitting at the top for years, having absolute stinkers, being the headline, the main event of the card, having bomb shows. That's the difference. You're talking about the champ. You're talking about the one. He's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be he's on the cover of the game. And he's out there putting up fights like that. That's the difference. That's the difference. Sean's working his way up the ranks. Okay, maybe every fight's not going to be a knockout. I get it. He's not a knockout artist. He just walks you down and beats you up in the fight. That's what it is.
Not every. There hasn't been a fight where there's been a knockout, Trey. At least Adesanya has them. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not again. I gotta say it over and over again. I'm not an Adesanya fan. If anything, I'm one of his biggest haters.
No,
it's
you're not.
Adesanya, it's Colby, it's Marab, the fighters I don't like. But I gotta call it for what it is.
No,
Hall of Famer.
I'm not going for it.
Sean is a little bit more boring. George, we got another call. Feel free to jump back in.
Oh yeah, just real quick. I just
Yeah.
did we all forget that there's like Jews digging under a city at one point?
How about we talk about that? Ironically, you broke up at that time, which is great. I mean, talk about getting a little help from the man up above. George, come back. If you hear me, I don't know if you hear me.
Heck is he talking?
He thought he doesn't he always mess it up at the end? Is it me? Is it me? He starts off hot, messes it up. We have another caller, Joe. Oh, what's new, Trey? Let's wait 14.
Joe.
Let's wait 14 seconds for Joe to be like, "Oh, my bad. I don't know." Walking
Yeah, you would think this was the Weather Channel when we throw it to Joe. We always
yeah. Oh man, hilarious.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Good to have you
Great.
back. I'm doing great.
Miller, how are you personally?
Amazing.
In your personal life, though.
Amazing.
Trey, how are you?
So good. Man.
How about your personal life? Everything all right?
The other day I was actually yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Listen, text me after this show.
All right, I got you. Thank you, man. I appreciate
All
it.
right, no problem. Listen, so you guys are talking about middleweights.
Right.
And so I want to say this. Yeah, I guess this is the only fight to make, like, logically speaking.
Okay.
Right. I think this fight is the best fight to make, logically speaking. Either this one, or it should have been either Sean Strickland or Adesanya. So I'm not mad at them making this fight. But there's one guy that I don't care. I would love to see them just put him in for a championship fight, and that's Bo Nickel. I would not have been mad if they put Bo Nickel in there. Just because, and this is why I say this. Remember for UFC 298, then 299, 300, that was a nice run of pay-per-view fights that we had. We were all, there was a buzz on YouTube, there was a buzz on the channel, like we were talking about, oh man, and now just all the wind just got kicked out of our sails this month, and we're just kind of like, we're just talking about Dricus and Adesanya, and Miller's taking breaks off YouTube because he's so bored with the UFC, and Trey's taking vacations because the UFC isn't really doing nothing. But what if they just would have put Bo Nickel on the card, that would have generated some buzz. Like, hold on a second, he could beat Dricus. I think his wrestling is good enough to wrestle him and to beat him to ground and pound him. So I would not have been mad if Dana White went the entertainment route like he did with Brock Lesnar and just brought in somebody just completely that no one thought of, like Bo Nickel or somebody, or Jake Paul. I like Trey's take about Jake Paul. I would not be mad at that if Dana White put in Jake Paul for the middleweight championship. I would not be mad at that. So
it's overused. I hate when people be like casual when someone has someone has to take. It's one of the most overused, corny jokes of all time. I mean, this is one of the most casual takes I've ever heard.
Yeah, you're corny. Life. You're corny.
Out of all people, Bo Nickel, the guy that beat Val Woodburn, might as well should have been Val Venus in there. And then
Val Venus.
Val Venus. You never heard of the man, the wrestler?
Look him up. He said penis. I heard penis.
I don't know who Val Penis is, Miller.
I heard penis.
Of course you don't. That's Trey's favorite wrestler, him and Goldust. And then so you have the guy that beat Val Woodburn, and then he beats Cody Brundage, and he struggled with that a little bit. And you think he should? Joe, come on now. What a horrible take. Bo
Nickel hasn't struggled a single fight in his UFC career. What are you talking about?
I mean, Cody got out of a few takedown attempts, and
then he strangled him.
I think Bo Nickel was like a minus 2,000. And then we're gonna talk about Jake Paul going into the UFC. I mean, what are we doing here, guys?
This is an entertainment business. This is an entertainment business. It's not all about picking the best competitors. Sometimes it's about getting people talking about the fights coming up and generating money for a pay-per-view and generating excitement. And Bo Nickel has excitement behind him. He does. So
there's I think the world.
I mean, what about Topuria? How many fights did Topuria have before he got the title shot? It's not that far off. It's not crazy to say that.
I mean, he beat actual names.
Okay, give Bo an actual name. So you don't think Bo could beat anybody in the top 15, top 10, top 5?
No, he probably could, but he hasn't. So we have to wait. You don't just give him a title shot. The guy hasn't even beat nobody in the top 15.
What do you mean? You know how it works now. You get 14, 15, you get to fight a number 4 guy, you get a title shot now. That's how it works.
He hasn't even done that. That's what I'm saying.
If CM Punk can get on a pay-per-view card, then Bo Nickel can fight for a UFC championship.
That's a different type of star power as well, though, too. Bo Nickel is not there yet. And again, I think Bo Nickel is better than Hamza Chimaev. Chimaev is overhyped. But at the end of the day, Chimaev is at least beating guys that have names. He beat Kamaru Usman close, beat Gilbert Burns close. All Bo Nickel has is Val Woodburn and Cody Brundage. I mean, come on now. Horrible take. And then Jake Paul on top of that. I mean, Joe, what's going on? You want to talk? How's your personal life? Are you okay?
Miller, I've never been better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
So anyway,
because you always take. I could never expect your answer. I'll give you that. So here's the question: Dricus and Adesanya. Early prediction: who wins?
I say. I think Izzy gets it done, and I hate to say that.
See, you can never expect what this guy's going to say.
I think Izzy gets it done. Seriously.
Why so?
Because he's just been there so many times. He's a veteran. He's been there.
I want to
every single year, the past 4 or 5 years. Like he is.
This is crazy.
Just built for it. He's just built for it, and I don't think Dricus is good enough because I think he is the worst champion in the UFC. So I don't think Dricus is good enough. And I thought he lost to Sean Strickland first of all. So I thought he lost that fight. And now he's going to fight a UFC champion, a perennial UFC champion, a veteran who knocked out Pereira not too long ago. You know, I mean, I know that he lost against Sean Strickland, but, I really think something was wrong with Izzy in that fight. Just the way he was moving, the way something didn't go right for him in camp or something was not right with it. I'm not saying trying to take away from Sean Strickland. And I think that Izzy didn't want to say nothing in the media because it would seem like an excuse. So he just kind of played it. And now I think you're going to see Izzy. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see, but I believe you're going to see Izzy back to his normal self. Honestly, I
If
think he's got 2
you
or 3 more years.
if you think Izzy's the type of dude to not say anything about his injury,
That's
you are hilarious.
not a bad take.
No,
Maybe.
you are hilarious.
Not a bad
Maybe.
take.
Izzy is no doubt the first person that would come out in the post-fight press conference, ain't even left the building yet, that
I don't
he would
think so.
come out and say that his camp didn't go well or he had an injury or something.
I don't
No
think
doubt
so.
about 1000% Izzy's that type of dude. Yes. The dude paints his nails. 100% he's that type of dude.
Paints his nails.
I mean,
Yeah,
just
he
like
paints
Kobe.
his
Kobe
nails.
was quick to make excuses as well too.
What's wrong with painting your nails?
Yeah. Anyways.
George was adamant that he'd be on the call with Joe. So George, what's up?
He thought good, baby.
What's up, Joe? I just wanted to say something. I'm glad you spoke it, Joe. He
So
lost it. It happened.
he lost. That's what I'm
lost.
saying.
Third round was the deciding factor. Strickland won that third round. It was 2-2.
Is
But,
that what we're doing?
Yeah, Strickland
Was it a
lost.
boring? It must have been a boring fight, huh, Miller?
It was. Didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, all his again. Sean Strickland might be the most boring fighter in the UFC right now.
That's
Like-
so
Like
funny,
champion or former champion.
bro. That's
more-
so funny. You
That's
can't
not-
say that with the output he puts. You act like he's in there like Izzy not
It's-
throwing.
there's
That's
a
what
difference.
Izzy does. Izzy don't throw. Izzy does not throw. Sean will at least try and walk you down. Like, okay, if the dude's backing up the whole time, and running away, that's not all Sean's fault. That's not all his fault. Like, you got to stand there and fight.
But it is his fault that he can't do nothing when he does close the distance. He's gonna close the distance and waste 3 minutes of that just to land a few jabs and a front kick to the body and say, oh, he's gonna leave brain cells in there, to appease the fans. He does again. He's boring. Him and Kobe and Adesanya probably the 3 most boring fighters in the UFC right now. Kobe's up there as well too. All your favorite fighters. Bryce Mitchell, another one.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Boring. You have
Well, you're
a
boring.
knack for
So how about that?
for
You're
liking.
boring.
Oh, now we're getting personal. I guess it really bothered you that much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I brought up Bryce Mitchell and that really got him out of character.
You're just saying what
it was
you're
Bryce
just saying
Mitchell,
whatever
wasn't it?
now.
It was
Because
Bryce-
you're just
it
saying
was
whatever now.
Bryce
You're just
Mitchell, wasn't
talking
it?
and saying whatever now. How could
it-
somebody be
it-
bored? You want to talk about finishes. You
it
want
was
to talk
Bryce
about being
Mitchell.
electric. You're talking about a guy who's only done something that 2 other fighters in the UFC has ever done.
Oh, God,
People
this
don't
was-
even
Oh,
attempt.
Oh,
People
God.
don't even attempt the move. People don't even attempt the move because they can't even get in the position to do it.
That
And
And
might
you're
be
talking about boring.
And
And
what
you're talking
happened
about
since?
boring.
And what?
You're
Oh,
hilarious.
he's entertaining when he was knocked out.
Trey's
That was his
mic
mo-
needs to file a
Right,
restraining order for what Trey
right,
just
right.
did to that mic.
Right.
It was that's the one that got to you, the Bryce Mitchell, huh?
Okay.
That's the one that got to you. Hey, he might come back better than ever. I don't know. That's the one that got to you.
I'm not falling for this little bull
That-
crap.
that-
You're not giving me hype.
that-
I got a Mavericks game coming up. I'm not going to start it by
Uh,
watching this ball
hey,
for the first 30 minutes of the game.
we're on
Yeah.
we're on the same side when it comes to the Mavericks. All right, let's switch topics. We've been on this Dricus and Adesanya thing for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Shall we talk a little bit about
Yes.
Michael Chandler?
No.
What were you
Wow.
thinking?
Wow.
What were you
No.
thinking,
Michael Chandler's gonna lose. We all agree on that
Joe?
already.
No, we don't.
Yep.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Come on, Miller. We all agree on that. Let's
No,
not.
we
Let's not.
don't.
If they're at 100%, if Connor's at 100%, Connor's winning that fight.
He
Yes.
won't be at 100%. When was the last
We
time?
need-
he was
Okay,
100%?
so you're saying he's injured. Okay.
No, I'm
What's
saying
important?
important
leg.
is we need Michael Chandler to lose. We
Okay.
need him to lose.
oh,
I think the UFC is needing Michael. So then Conor can either fight Islam or Charles Oliveira.
that's a fire fight. I'm not gonna lie. If it happens,
We-
I'll be the first. It's undeserved, like Adesanya getting a shot, like Sean Strickland getting a shot, undeserved. But at least that one is understandable. I'll give you guys that.
Listen, I don't want
Right.
to talk about UFC anymore. There's something that happened this past weekend that
Dude, what is
really.
this guy talking
There's
calling
something
into a
happened.
UFC show. Talking
there's
about I don't want to talk
something-
about the UFC.
There's
Legends.
something that happened this past weekend.
What happened this weekend?
I saw a dead body.
Frank Martin.
and his name is Frank Martin. Yeah,
I mean,
and
we all saw it coming, right?
I don't know. I was watching that fight, and Frank Martin was boxing him better than I think I've seen anyone box him in his whole career. And all of
Fair
Gervonta
enough.
Davis' fights, I thought Frank Martin was tagging him. Actually, I thought he hit him with some good shots.
I think he stunned him at one point.
Yeah, what scared me is this is what I noticed right from the get go. Right from the get go in boxing, when you see somebody stalking somebody, you just you know off rip, okay, this guy has no respect for him. Okay, so Gervonta Davis had zero respect for anything Frank Davis. Frank. Why do I keep saying Frank Davis? Frank Martin was throwing at him, right? And then Frank Martin was looking scared the entire time that Gervonta Davis was stalking him. So off rip, I was like, oh gosh, this is not a good scenario. Either Frank Martin is going to, this is what I was saying from the first round to myself. If either Frank Martin is going to be able to slip and slide out, in and out, and barely get out by the skin of his teeth and maybe get this decision by boxing him like this, or he's going to get absolutely knocked out. And I guess that was everybody's take, but just me watching that fight from the first round, I was like, oh my gosh, like if he's not careful, he's literally going to get hit with a bomb, because Gervonta Davis had zero respect for him the way he was stalking him. I mean, Gervonta Davis wasn't stalking Raleigh Romero like that. He wasn't stalking Ryan Garcia like that. He wasn't stalking Pitbull Cruz like that either. So that just goes to show you that, and they did say that they sparred before in camp. So Gervonta Davis, I guess, had a feel for how hard Frank Martin hit, what he would or wouldn't do in the ring, and he just knew he was gonna kill him basically, and that's what we saw. I saw a dead body. I mean, that was bad. That was really bad.
Three things. The last one being the most important. Number one, Beta Quest, thank you for the 30 months. Holy crap! I mean, talk about loyalty. 30 months,
no lie.
a member. I mean, I can't even get Trey to pay me the $20 that he owes me, and you for 30 months have been a member. That's number one. Number two, we're gonna have Chris Fave join in shortly because he's waiting on the line, and then we'll have Drew as well. Number three, to go to Joe's point, because it is a little bit important, but I don't want to harp on this too long because it is boxing, and boxing is kind of like a dead sport, even though it was my first love.
What?
Even though it was my first love, but it's kind of dead. I don't think anybody beats Gervonta.
I don't either, Miller. I don't either.
And I was probably one of the biggest haters of Gervonta at one point, just to be honest. I thought he would struggle against Shakur. I thought at one point he would maybe struggle against Haney. Boy, was I wrong. That kid is special. I sound like an old head. I sound like Dana when he calls everybody a kid. Gervonta Davis is special. The dude has power. He could walk you down. There's something about being 5'5" and just having power, and he has it. We both have it. That's really what it comes down to. He's able to walk forward. He has power. He's a southpaw. I could fight southpaw. That's basically what it comes down to. I think he beats Haney. I think he beats Shakur just because he has that dividing factor. One thing I will say that I hate, that I'll admit this too. I think he should fight, or I think the only man that would maybe give him some trouble, and I can't stand the person I'm about to say, is Teofimo Lopez. And I can't stand Teofimo Lopez. But that's the only name that I could think of. Shakur is not going to be able to keep him off.
No, I disagree with you. Here's why I disagree with you.
Who gives him trouble?
Here's the point. The point is, at his weight class, there are zero people that will beat him. Now, you just named somebody, and this is my point that I'm about to say. If someone comes down, that's the only chance for Gervonta Davis to lose, right? So when Ryan Garcia was coming down, what did Gervonta Davis do? He put that weight, that hydration clause in there, so that Ryan Garcia couldn't jump up to his normal weight. Because at his normal weight, Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis, now that's a fight. Now I think that poses a different challenge for him. Teofimo Lopez went up to welterweight. It was at 147 his last fight. I thought.
Yeah, he's too big at the end of the day.
Yeah, so he would have to either Gervonta Davis has to jump up to like a catch weight like 142, 143 or something.
And we know that's not going to happen.
Exactly, it's not going to happen. Or
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford has to go down and kill himself at 130, and not going to happen either. So that's what I'm saying. The only way is for maybe Ryan Garcia maybe he's the smallest one that he can get down to maybe like at a 136 or 137, but with no rehydration clause. That way he can get back up. But there is nobody beating Gervonta Davis. I mean, he's literally Mike Tyson. I was watching that fight last night. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm watching a Mike Tyson. 30 fights, 30-0, 28 knockouts. 30-0 with 28 knockouts. That's insane. I mean, you're watching something special. Like, that is just like, that's a legend. Like, he's literally a legend.
Joe, I hate to do this. Or you might actually love this take. You might hate it. But I'm just going to say this take, and then maybe we could talk about it on the next one, because we do have Chris waiting and Drewski. You brought up Mike Tyson. I think the difference is Davis is a little bit more skilled than Mike Tyson, both in their primes. Yeah, Tyson was great, but he always faded. I think Gervonta Davis gets better round after round, and he takes some punches, but at the end of the day, he's going to walk you down. He's going to hurt you. Tyson, if you could get him in the later rounds, you're going to get him tired. So I would say that's the one, I guess, thing that we could distinguish is that he has that it factor. I'm not saying Tyson didn't. And then he has the discipline on top of that, as far as he's never been out of shape in there. And I don't know. I think he's just the most skilled fighter at his weight class, respectively.
Yeah, it's just I've never seen anything.
Tyson might have been an overrated heavyweight. Let's just call it for what it is. Who was his best to win? Evander, not even Lennox when he fought big names. Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. He lost to Buster Douglas, but he was on drugs, but he just was undisciplined. Tyson might have been a little bit overrated. What were the big names that he beat?
Yeah, maybe a little overrated, but come on, I would never say that publicly. Don't ever say that.
I mean, what were the biggest names?
He's just the most popular, really.
Larry Holmes when he was like, I don't know, 1,000 years old. Yeah, he's popular. He knocked everybody out. But when it came to fighting big names, and I'm a Tyson fan, but let's just call it for what it is.
I mean, here's the thing: the anyone good, he fought in the 80s. There was no good heavyweights in the 80s. That's his problem. He was the best. He was the best heavyweight by far in the 80s, and then he went to jail, and then he came out of jail, and then he fought Vander Holyfield. He fought Lennox Lewis. He fought these other guys, but Mike Tyson had already been fighting for years already when he fought those dudes. So right. you could say that Mike Tyson, his opponents weren't good in the 80s, or you can say he was just that dominant in the 80s. Like in his prime, nobody could touch him. Which that's what I would say. I would say that in his prime, nobody could touch him.
I think prime Ali would have beat him. Just to be honest, I think Frazier maybe would have gave him some trouble. There's some names out there. Let me add Chris. Feel free to come back in, Joe.
Yep.
Here we go. Chris in the building. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. Good to have you back, bro. How's everything?
I'm doing good.
What is on your mind today, sir?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I know this week is the UFC fight in Riyadh for the first time. Actually, it should have happened in March, but I don't know why they delayed it to June. But I'm gonna watch it, and especially UFC 303. The rematch between Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka.
Do you like that fight?
What, the rematch?
The Pereira versus Yuri, yeah.
Of course, and not just that. I don't know if you guys noticed. That fight was supposed to take place in Australia. And how do I notice that? Because last week, this was days before McGregor walked out, injury and stuff. Alex Pereira, he was in Australia. So right there, they was going to plan Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka in Australia. I wouldn't mind that, but since McGregor walked out, we're like, okay, plan B.
No, that's if you want to give us an early prediction on Pereira versus Prochazka, you want to talk about that a little bit?
I got a question. Do you not like the Yuri and Alex fight, Miller? Why did you say that? You don't like the fight?
I'm not crazy about it.
I agree with Trey.
This guy
It's been that kind of year. It's been.
What do you mean? They had a great fight. That was a great fight we watched between the two of them.
I just don't see it ending any differently.
Agreed. I want to see Yuri get knocked out again. What's wrong with that?
No, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying I just don't see it, ending any differently. I'm not that excited for it. But I mean, I don't know who else you give Alex Pereira at light heavyweight. So I'm not sure. I'm just saying I'm not too crazy about it. I mean, are we really excited to see Prohaska again?
Well, honestly, I would see like Prohaska versus Jamal Hill, but I don't know why Jamal Hill. This is before he dropped out. He wanted to fight Khalil Roundtree Jr., but then that didn't happen. And then Plan B was Carlos Olberg, and then all of a sudden he drops out. I'm talking about Jamal Hill. I'm like, what the hell? That makes no sense.
I wanted to see Ankalaev, which is a nice name. Yo, listen, I hate that I'm saying this. You guys might hate me for this. There's Prohaska, there's Ankalaev. Hill already got knocked out, right? Ankalaev, relatively not a big name. Blachowicz. You know who's right there? Rakic, Krylov, and Johnny Walker.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Rakic,
please, no.
Rakic
please.
could fight the loser of Uzdemir versus Walker coming this Saturday. Honestly, look, I'm not interested about Walker or Uzdemir because they both freaking suck. Seriously, they both freaking suck.
Agreed.
Right. You're not lying.
Look, I'm looking for the fight with Rudiker versus that Russian guy, Askarov. Askarov. I think that's his last name.
Askarov?
Yeah, that's the one. And I'm not gonna lie, that the co-main event with two Russian heavyweights, Alexander Volkov and Sergey Pavlovich. Oh my God, that's gonna be a big one.
It will be for sure. Listen, does Jamal Hill deserve a shot again at light heavyweight?
No,
I mean, he's been having some back and forth with Pereira online. I'm just saying, Adesanya's getting an undeserved shot.
What is Jamal Hill doing talking to Alex like he ain't that, like they ain't fought before? Talking about if you didn't get me off some fake knockout. Like, what are you talking about, dog?
He's trying to get his name in the hat.
Because he got CTE, that's why.
Yeah, that dude has CTE. Chris, I couldn't have said it better myself. That boy got CTE with the capital letters on all of them.
Yo, that's hilarious. Horizon, if you hear me, I just saw your message, and we said that about 15 minutes ago, which just shows that you're a little bit behind, but you're watching the whole show. That's pretty dope, Horizon. Thank you for sticking through. But yeah, that's the one that got to Trey, the Bryce Mitchell comment. Back to light heavyweight, we got paid.
What are you doing, bro? No, it didn't.
Just that's the one, Trey. That's the one.
That didn't get to me.
That gets under.
You're just talking crazy. You're just talking reckless, saying anything about anyone. But you don't know. You don't have the stats with that. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one that gets under the skin a little bit. I'll be honest. You got to be honest. Come on now. You talk about Leon, it might get under my skin a little bit.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Nobody wants to watch. Nobody wants to watch that boring Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad fight.
What is going on, Chris?
Come on, Chris, turn me up, Chris.
No.
Chris,
nobody wants to watch that snore show.
What is going on, Chris?
I'd rather watch two porn stars versus two cops.
I mean, that's different.
I don't know what that means, Chris, but for the night I'm rocking with you, so I'm gonna get down with it. But Miller.
Where's this Leon hate coming from, Chris?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the fight with Covington, and I know you're a Covington fan, Trey, but I literally fell asleep.
Don't ruin it, Chris.
I didn't even wake up until the next day. I'm like, what happened? Like, you fell asleep. I was like, because the fight sucked.
It wasn't Leon's fault, though.
It wasn't.
It was both of their faults.
It wasn't Kobe's fault.
But you don't like Leon? You don't think he's one of the pound-for-pound best? I think he should be above John Jones on the pound-for-pound rankings. Do you think he should be above John Jones in the pound-for-pound rankings? Hear me out.
You're joking, right? Because you're making me laugh.
Chris, let him know. Get on him bad. Get on him bad.
You heard what Chris said? He said you're joking, right? Because you're making me laugh.
Bro, the only person I'd rather see as the welterweight champion, and I know you guys may not like it, 2 words: Shavkat Rakhmonov.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
he's getting up there.
He's shown he's beatable though.
But the thing is, look, he hasn't ducked no fight. Look, he wants to fight Usman, but I don't understand why Usman don't want to fight that guy. Bro, he's afraid, and especially Ali Abdulaziz is like, oh no, Usman, don't fight him, bro. Stop hiding behind Ali Abdulaziz's freaking balls.
I'll tell you this. I genuinely think that Leon will fight Shavkat after Bilal. Unless he
That
gets
will
like
happen.
some double champ fight or something like that. I don't know. Or like an Islam
So
fight.
just double champ fight,
But
really? So
or
if he
well
beats
for Islam.
Shavkat Ramanov, he's gonna go to the middleweight division. No,
No, no, no,
I
no.
don't see that happening.
I'm saying like Islam might want to come up and fight for the double champ status, and he fights
Well,
Leon.
no. The only way that can happen, he has to do the ultimate achievement that no one in lightweight history has ever accomplished.
One more
Having
defense.
a four
Mhm.
title defense.
Yep,
Khabib
yep.
didn't do that. Henderson didn't do that. Edgar didn't do that. Especially BJ
Mhm.
Penn didn't do that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And it might happen. He might get one more. He might get one more defense and then fight Leon. I'm just saying. I think Leon isn't scared to fight Shavkat. I think he beats Shavkat. I think he beats Bilal. I think Leon is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world.
Miller, I hope you're preparing yourself because it's about to start being talked about. People are
Actually,
going to start
I
catching on
know
to everything we're
someone.
saying.
I
What's
know
that?
someone who's gonna become pound for pound, number one pound for pound. His name is not Islam. His name is not John Jones. Especially not Leon Edwards. I'll give you the 2 words: Alex Pajeda.
Ooh,
He's the face of the UFC.
He's that's not a bad one, Chris. That's not a
Trust
bad
me,
one.
he's about to be right there because you know, I just had a dream, and I'm not talking about a Martin Luther King dream. I'm talking about a real dream when
Mhm,
he said that. So when I fell asleep, so it was like this.
mhm.
He goes to the London event, watches Aspinall versus Blades. He shakes on Blades. I mean, not Blades. He shakes on Aspinall's hand. Say, "Hey, we'll meet again in the future," meaning a title fight. However, like fast forward to October, this was in my dream. October
Mhm.
of this year, Stipe Miocic drops out, and then they decided Plan B, Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall somehow drops out from injury. Plan C, Alex Pereira versus John Jones for the UFC undisputed heavyweight championship, Madison Square Garden.
Hey, Chris, I if that happens, that'll be one of the best ways that it could play out for the UFC. I'm not even mad at that. It started off a little rocky, I'll be honest, but
Yeah.
if Pereira somehow fights for the heavyweight title, I don't think anybody will be opposed to that. If he beats, if he wins his next fight and maybe defends the title one more time, if he beats Prohaska and then maybe one more, fights John Jones because John Jones doesn't mind waiting, I'm not mad at that.
And you know
Alex
what?
Pereira is
You know
going to
what's
fight for the
crazy?
heavyweight. No
You know
doubt
what's
about it.
crazy? In my dream, this happens after Donald Trump wins. Woo!
Dang, dude. How that's a big dream to have all
That-
that information in one dream.
you
Also,
might-
how does that work with skipping ahead in months? Is that like a movie, like it says October at the bottom, or how did that?
Who's
No,
letting this
trust
guy
me,
cook
like
says
trust
plugs?
me, like Dana White is praying to either to God or to himself, saying, "Oh, you know what? Let Steve Pitt versus Jones happen." Yeah, right. Dana White's not listening to me because he
Wow,
don't know me, but soon he
that's
will know me.
that.
He will know me.
Okay.
I'm sure he will. Chris, we have another caller on the line that's been patiently waiting, so let me get him in. Chris, great freaking call, Chris.
Indeed.
My
Miller,
God.
I want to say this one thing though to you, Miller. I hope you're preparing yourself because Leon is about to have another stinker fight, and everybody's gonna start catching on board with, hey, Leon's fights are awfully boring. When he goes and fights Bilal, it's gonna be another stinker. I'm just preparing you. I'm just preparing you.
We all know that.
It's Bilal. I mean, who doesn't have boring
Yeah.
fights with Bilal?
I actually think Leon could maybe change the narrative a little bit in this fight because I think he's gonna knock him out in like the first or second round. So maybe it might help him a little bit.
No
Drewski,
chance.
welcome to the stream. He
Yeah.
ate his Wheaties. Drew is back. I think I said Johnny Walker once earlier, and that just made Drew have
Miller.
a good take right now.
Miller,
So,
you know what
here-
you said his name in? Weren't you reading out the top 5,
top 7.
top 7,
But
and he's in there?
Like 4 of the 7 already fought for the title and like lost.
So what's that
Johnny
tell
Walker.
you?
I'm
When he knocks out Volkan, what's that tell you?
I'm just an unbiased gentleman. I just call it like I see it. Do I love Adesanya? No, but I understand why he's getting the shot. I'm just saying, Drew. I'm just calling it for what it is. What's up, Drew?
Nothing much. Just living life. Happy Father's Day, Miller. Happy late Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you as well, Drew.
Appreciate it. I do want to say one thing y'all skip past. I commented in the chat a little bit. We don't have to stick on this because boxing's dead, like we said. But I think Loma would give Tank a good fight. Healthy Loma gives Tank a good fight, I think. His last fight, I know Cambosis is not that great, but I mean, that was a dismantling when he fought Cambosis. I mean, that's the best Loma's looked in a long time. So if there was a time to give him the Tank fight, now would be the perfect time, I think.
I think for one reason I just can't see it. Loma is naturally a 122 pounder, 126.
Perfect.
They fight at 135. Gervonta is gonna send him back to wherever he's from, Ukraine, or like with one punch he's gonna just one-way ticket out there. I mean,
it's like we were saying earlier, though. No one's gonna come down for him. No one's gonna come down. No one's gonna come down for him. So somebody's gonna have to go up and fight him, and he'd be the only one I think that could.
I would give you that. I would give you that he's running out of options as far as like big money, big name fights. But I just don't see. That's a scary fight for Loma. I mean, maybe he will take it. I'll give you that. Maybe he'll oblige to Tank's demands because he always has a ton.
He'd take it. He'd definitely take it. I feel like he's been asking for it too in the past years. But
you really think that's a winnable fight for Loma?
100%. If he doesn't get knocked out, I think he wins. But that's the big thing. He can't get knocked out. Yeah, it's a big if. Exactly. It's a big if.
He just remember they're fighting at 135. There's a big difference between 130, 126, 122. Loma's small, man.
Yeah. But he's technical. He
is, but Davis always finds a way to catch you. And I don't know if Loma has been proven he has a strong chin, hasn't really been put out. I don't know, man. I just think that power is different.
It might be. It very well might be, but there's only one way to find out. Trey, let's have a talk here. I heard Trey say something earlier that, oh man. Do y'all really think I mean, I'm kind of torn on it, but are we just saying that Dricus is going to beat Izzy just guaranteed? Is that just a lock?
I think he's going to beat him. Bro, let me ask you this. What did Izzy show y'all in his last fight that you thought, dang, this boy still got it?
I agree with his last two fights. Joe said something that I picked up on that I kind of agree with. I don't think Izzy was all there in that Strickland fight. I don't know what it was. It just he looked a little
Drew, you and I know this both.
Izzy.
Did he get like a DUI before the
No.
Drew,
listen to me.
Miller? Something was a little off.
You and I both know he would be the first person to run to the microphone and say what happened if there was something going on.
Maybe not.
My God. Drew is such a sellout when he gets on the show. He's such a sellout. He's a noodleback when he gets on the show. He flip-flops, just like Miller does.
I hate Izzy, but he did that first knockout when he lost to Pierre. He said he lost. He gave Pierre his flowers.
Okay, what are you gonna say? Are you gonna say he didn't get knocked out?
No,
like
what? It arguably could have been an early stoppage, questionable. But
you're giving him credit for saying, yeah, he did knock me out. Like, he did. He
didn't argue the stoppage. Put it that way.
Welcome to reality.
Yeah,
Drew. He didn't argue the stoppage because he didn't know where he was 4 minutes after the fight. He still didn't know where he was.
Yeah, I hate Izzy, so I'm not going to defend him too hard, but.
It's a winnable fight for Izzy. What do you think the odds will be?
You're walking in here defending him right now because you're telling me Izzy's going to beat DDP. That's what you're telling me.
Who's going to be the favorite?
I don't know, Trey. I don't know if I'm saying that. I don't know, Miller. That's a good question.
Who's going to be the favorite?
I don't know. I bet Trey, they're out already, though.
I think DDP will be the favorite.
Really?
Let me look right now. Hold on.
Really? Let us know, Drew, because I don't know about that one, Trey. Again, I'm not an Izzy fan. I know it sounds like it. I'm not an Izzy fan, but who's going to be the favorite?
I have no. I think Izzy.
I think DDP is going to be the favorite.
I think Izzy.
Izzy might be the favorite. And it's
okay. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. An odds chart.
Let us guess. I'm gonna say Dricus minus 135.
Ooh, Trey, your
What
guess?
about you, Trey?
I was gonna say Dricus minus 165.
We have Izzy minus 139, Driscus plus 119.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
thought
And that's
about-
opening line. That could change very well.
What
That's
kind
just-
of lines you looking at? Those got to be some Costa Rica lines.
It's an odd shark. That's the only
That's
thing I
not
can find.
Vegas. That's not Vegas.
Odd shark's pretty accurate.
The drone that found Craig Jones is going to show once 10 KOs him, says Beta. Mr. Mustache says Prejeda versus Jones gives me wood.
Me too.
What a community. What a
Some stiff morning wood.
What a community.
That happened.
That's a great way to say that, Trey.
that's that sit down to P wood for that
Oh
fight.
my God, bro. Oh my. Listen,
That will
man.
never happen, though. Let's be
You don't
real.
think so?
Never. John Jones
What?
will never fight him.
Really?
You don't
Never.
think
I think it, I
John
think
Jones
that
is
could be a-
retiring after he beats Stipe. He's retiring.
Yeah, I could see that too. John
John
That's
Jones is a
100%.
flame.
Yes, he's
Right,
a. Oh, we know that. Speaking of wood, speaking of wood,
Yeah, stop right now.
I'm telling you,
Oh.
is the best base for MMA.
oh my
Look
god!
at Amanda Nunes. Look at John Jones. It's the best base for MMA.
Look at-
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Tell me I'm
Look
lying.
at the guy. What's the guy's name that Patty Pimlet beat? Look at him,
Jordan Levitt, legend.
Jordan Levitt. Look at Jordan
That's
Levitt.
Miller's favorite fighter. Of course, he knows his
Oh.
name.
Stop
Oh,
it.
my God.
Stop it. Did you
What?
pick Levitt to win? Oh no, you're a big
No.
Patty Pimlet fan.
Heck
Never mind.
no.
No,
You picked.
I
You
lost
did. You picked Levitt to win.
No.
You picked Jordan Levitt to win.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
And
Miller,
and
you
you
said
said you
something
couldn't wait to
earlier
see him twerk.
Fake
You said
fake
something
news.
earlier that had me weak. You said Trey's favorite wrestler is Gold Dust.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Trey's face.
Does that
Hey, come
explain
on.
the yellow mic?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Bro.
is that the
Drew,
Gold
I'm gonna
Dust
come.
mic?
I'm about to go down there and smack Drew if he don't show up. I'm in the same house as him.
Drewski, we have two more callers waiting. We got a list show. I know Trey got to be out in like 5-10
Yeah.
minutes. Let me add Joe. You can stay if you
Get these
want.
callers
Drew, up
in.
to
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
if Joe's in here, definitely.
Joe, what's up? And then we got to add Hito.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I love what Drew was saying. First of all, Drew, what's up?
What's
How
up,
are you?
buddy?
Oh my god, it's about to get really sus in here.
It sounds like we're there. Right?
Now, well, here's what I was gonna say. His Loma take. Listen to me. Let's put it this way: Gervonta Davis almost has the Thanos power hand right now.
Yeah.
If
He
he
does.
beats Lomachenko, he's got all of the Infinity Stones. That's how I feel. If he beats Lomachenko, he has all the Infinity Stones, and I think maybe a couple years ago if he fought him, but I think Lomachenko now. I know he looked good in his last fight, and his last couple fights he actually looked really good. But
Look great.
yeah, he looked great. I just don't think he stays away from that left hand the whole night, bro. I thought Frank Martin
I think so.
was looking really sharp, and he still got caught with that left hand.
Nobody got that footwork like Loma got though.
I know, but it would definitely be interesting. I just don't see it. I think the only person that gives Tank Davis a good fight is Ryan Garcia, fully rehydrated, fully to himself. Because Ryan Garcia got that one-hitter quitter in that left hand too, and that thing is lightning fast. So that's how I feel. So I just want to say that about Loma. Now, like you just checked the line for the fight. Yeah, I said that. Izzy should be the favorite.
I agree.
There's no
I think he
reason.
should be too. I think he
Yeah,
should be too.
there's no reason. There's no reason why.
What did he show you in his last couple fights?
It's just what did Dricus show you? He arguably
Yeah,
lost.
what exactly? Dricus hasn't really showed me nothing
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
He
and
beat,
Izzy,
he
I've
beat
seen
the
more
dude
out of
that Izzy
him.
lost to.
Arguably.
Hey Miller,
Okay.
Hito had something to say about this. He said to add him in.
I just added him. What's up?
Yup.
It was deep in here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and something Miller's never heard.
Whoa.
Anyways,
What? that's actually hilarious.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Good counter. Hito, what did you have to say?
All right, real quick, couple things. First of all, did y'all not? All right, so Chris Face my guy, but when he was You know, kind of like Martin. Like Martin had a dream, but I had a real dream. What does that mean? What is that? I mean, I know it's February.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. We gotta ask him.
Oh.
Number
Nobody's
two.
time traveling in his dreams.
So number two. I hate Miller's love for Leon so much that I might end up rooting for Bilal because of how much Miller is hyping up Leon. I might have to root for Bilal. That's how bad it is.
Are we gonna talk about this again about Leon
It's gonna be
and
the
how
worst.
great he
It's
is?
gonna be one of the worst fights in UFC history. It will go.
I
down
don't
as
think
top
it is.
5 worst
I think
fights.
it's going to be
It
a
will.
swift, clean knockout early.
with that fight, I'm gonna take a nice hot shower. I'm gonna get my lavender oil out, and I'm gonna light some candles, and I'm gonna put that fight on, and I'm gonna go right to sleep. That's gonna be a nice little thing to help me get to sleep.
Miller, I'm with you on this one. I think he's going to knock him out. I think it's going to be exciting.
No
I think he's going to knock him out
chance.
bad. I think he's going to knock him out bad, and it's going to be a highlight reel knockout for Leon.
Boring. Besides Leon's knockout against Usman, he's an absolute snore show. So
let me ask you guys this. Please answer this amazing question that I hope you guys answer correctly. If Leon does knock him out, number 1 pound for pound?
No.
it's
Not over Islam.
Miller, what is
Not
your
over
problem,
Islam.
man?
Why
insane,
not?
bro.
Why
Islam or
not?
Alex. Islam or Alex. No.
Miller
Get
Light.
off his job. You're
is
starting
a
to fog
unanimous
up
no?
Leon. You're fogging
Miller
up
highlight.
Leon's
Dude.
boxers. It's getting bad now.
Dude.
Seriously.
Miller
He's got Leon's card signed. Miller.
I
He's
do.
down bad right now.
It's why not number 1?
I see the Bud Lights behind you.
The most consecutive wins right now, that like active consecutive wins, I think. Beat Kamaru, now beats Bilal. Beat
No.
Kobe, most of your guys' favorite fighter.
Nobody's giving him love for beating Bilal. Everybody's just like, everybody's just ready to get this done with. Give Bilal his title shot and just let him hit the.
I agree with Trey on that. A win over Bilal does
I think-
nothing.
No, I think Bilal winning is going to bring so much joy because seeing Miller depressed of Leon losing to Bilal would
I
be
gotta-
the greatest thing.
I think I got a British flag around somewhere, so I'm definitely gonna bring that out.
And
Beta
we-
says,
I might have to root for Bilal.
Will this be the biggest upset in UFC
"Ah,
history?
That's actually a good question.
that's a.
Would it
That
would
might
it be
be.
one of them?
I don't think so. Let me look at what the odds are. I wouldn't say they have it more than like a Leon -3 something. Leon
It'd
Edwards.
be way more than that.
You think so? I don't
No
know.
way.
I would. I don't know what it is, but I would guess.
I mean, Bilal has been active. Bro, I'm just a UFC wizard. Guess what it is?
3 something.
Minus
you said?
270. Minus 270.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Oh my
Plus
God.
220 underdog for Bilal Muhammad.
That's because Leon is so boring. That's how boring Leon is, Miller. You understand that? That's how boring and inactive Leon is.
Kobe
No,
was
that-
kind of getting on him late.
They think he's only a minus 270 against Bilal.
Here's another hot take.
Talking about
Beating
pound for
Bilal
pound.
is a great title, like a title fight, a great title defense fight.
Great.
Yeah, Bilal has been winning.
Whoa.
Over
The
and over
same
again.
dude that
He's
says Sean
yo,
O'Malley
I'm
isn't
telling you.
great.
He-
The
he's-
same
I'm
dude that
telling you.
says Sean
Miller-
O'Malley's not a great
That-
champion.
that-
Talk
that's
about
a-
Bilal would be a great title defense.
That is a great title defense. That's a better
It's
better
the
one than
worst
Cheeto.
title defense in the welterweight division.
Bro, the
Miller
guy,
just
One.
confirmed. Miller
1, 2,
just
3,
confirmed what we all
You had
thought.
Cheeto winning.
he has
Miller
a,
just confirmed
Bilal
what we all
Hill
thought
winning.
about him.
Bilal has a 5-fight win streak.
Man,
Miller
had
just
Jamal Hill.
confirmed what we all
No.
thought about him.
No,
Cheeto.
I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-fight win streak. Bilal.
Miller,
And he's
you
about
took
to stop that.
the
Taking out
Johnson
no
and
contest.
Johnson or the Pfizer. Which one did you take? Which one did you take?
I
Neither
think
one.
he took all
luckily.
4 of them.
Bro, this is a good title defense. No,
You get boosted today?
Miller's favorite actor is Jack
Did you
Black.
get boosted today?
Miller's favorite actor is Jack.
Jack Black.
He's a legend. He's a legend. Not the biggest fan of his, but he's a legend. Now we're disrespecting not only Leon and Bilal, but now Jack Black too. He's catching straight bullets. Wow.
Did you not see Miller?
This is
Bilal catching stray bullets.
Oh my god.
no Jack Black.
Oh, Jack Black. Oh, Miller must not know.
He must not have seen.
No,
Yeah,
what
he must
happened?
not
What
have
happened?
seen.
What-
Oh,
He dove-
Miller. Miller,
he
after you're
dove
done
off
with
the
this
deep
stream, just
end,
type
Miller.
in Jack Black.
Jack Black
Yeah,
just
type
Jack
in
Black
Jack
just
Black.
came out of the
period.
closet. Jack Black
Yeah.
just came out of the closet basically today.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's disturbing. All right.
No, he didn't come out the
Still,
closet.
did he?
Kinda.
Yeah, he did. He's
No.
liberal.
Yeah.
He just
I didn't know.
he just
Oh.
got bought
You
out.
know,
That's all.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
All right, I'm about to leave. Namaz is about to come on. I'm not sitting here. I'm talking about Bilal Muhammad right now. While the
quick,
Mavs
Trey,
are in the finals.
you know they start like 12 minutes late all the time. Drewski, George, Joe.
Bilal Muhammad.
Any last thoughts before we let Trey close it out?
No,
pay me my
doesn't
money.
If
You owe me.
if they win tonight, but Mavs are gonna win again.
Miller, why'd
Listen,
you bet
y'all-
Hito? Why'd you let Hito finesse you like that? You should
He
have put it on a
finessed
book
me.
or something.
He's not a
Put
good
it on a
friend.
book or something.
He
It's-
took advantage. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he did. It's
We
all right.
argued for 2 weeks. Oh, anyway.
All right, hit your boys up.
I asked this question last time. No one gave me an answer last time I was on.
Okay, real quick.
I asked, did y'all think Stipe can protect his butt from John Jones like his back when they fight?
I'm
Hang
gonna
on.
say
Think
no.
he can protect himself?
I'm gonna say no.
I don't
Hang up
know.
on him.
I'm
I don't
gonna say
know
no.
about that one.
Chandler is in shambles, says Tarzan. Absolutely. We talked about that a bit, Tarzan. Who else is missing? Drewski, any last thoughts? I think George and
No,
Ito.
I'm good. I'm covered.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm putting
Uncover
there's a new
yourself.
video. Just one more thing, Trey, and then you close out. New video. Just put the link in the chat.
Yeah, dude.
It's vertical and it's bad audio. I'm sorry. The next one will be better. It'll be outside. I have a thing for smoking cigars and just talking knowledge to you guys. So I think
love it.
more of those are gonna come. That's in the chat. The link is in the chat. It's a good one. The knowledge, but again, the audio visual not the best. It'll be better next time. I'm out of here. Thank you.
One more thing.
Drewski,
One more thing. I do want to
Hito.
say one thing.
Yeah. What's up?
I do want to say one thing before I head out.
Yep.
Johnny Walker 2025 UFC
That's
light
disgusting.
heavyweight
Oh my
champion.
god. Let's get him out of here. Hito, any last words? I guess not. Trey, close us out, bro. Thank you guys.
All right,
Love you
that's
guys.
it. That's the show. We're going to watch the finals, baby. I'm sorry that y'all had to sit here and listen to us talk about Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards for so long. It's absolutely disgusting. We got another stinker coming up. Connor and Chandler go back a little bit. All good. Connor's still going to get the job done. Everybody knows that. Alex Pierre steps up to save the day. The face of the UFC is here again to be king once again. Miller was here. He said some dumb stuff. The source, the king, the one who gets it done was here. I said some great stuff. And remember, seriously, remember this. I'm gone, baby.
You actually broke up when you said that. You want to repeat that?